From athletic stuff like a full court pickup game, swish, to athletic-ish stuff like a half-mile stroll. Get those steps in. Head to Sierra or Sierra.com for the brands you want at the prices that let you do it all. From athletic to athletic-ish, Sierra's got it.
This is Optimal Health Daily. Everything you've ever wanted to know about omega-3 fatty acids by Danielle Omar of foodconfidence.com. And I'm your host and narrator, Dr. Neil Malik. Hey there, welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, where I simply read to you from the best health and fitness blogs for free. And then on Fridays, I answer your questions. Remember, you can send in a question by going to oldpodcast.com/ask or email your question directly to health@oldpodcast.com. Now, if you do send in a relevant question, you'll get a copy of our workbook shipped to you for free if you're in the US, or you'll receive a digital version emailed to you if you're outside of the US. Again, just send a health-related question to health@oldpodcast.com. All right, and with that, let's finally get to today's article and continue optimizing your life. Everything you've ever wanted to know about omega-3 fatty acids by Danielle Omar of foodconfidence.com. What are omega-3 fatty acids? You always hear about getting in your omega-3 fats, but do you really know what those fats are and why you need them? Let's talk about it. Long story short, omega-3 fatty acids are essential polyunsaturated fats. An omega-3 fatty acid is named as such because of its structure. Fatty acids are the building blocks of fats, and they're usually joined together in groups of 3, forming a triglyceride. Triglycerides are made up of different fatty acid chains, just like proteins are made up of amino acids. The fatty acid structure has 2 essential features: a long hydrocarbon chain that ranges from 40 to 30 carbons, with 12 to 24 being the most common. The chain is typically linear and usually contains an even number of carbons. One end of the chain contains a carboxylic acid group. Along the fatty acid chain, there are double bonds between carbon atoms. The position of this double bond from the carboxylic acid end determines its omega number. For omega-3, the double bond happens at the 3rd carbon. For omega-6, it happens at the 6th carbon. The reason omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids are considered essential fats is because your body can't make them on its own. You have to get them from your diet. The 3 main types of omega-3 fatty acids. There are 3 main types of omega-3s: ALA, or alpha-linolenic acid, EPA, or eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, or docosahexaenoic acid. The most common of the 3 is ALA. ALA is not active in the body, so it has to be converted into its active forms, EPA and DHA. Unfortunately, the conversion process from ALA to EPA and DHA is pretty darn inefficient for most people. In other words, your body doesn't do a great job of doing this. EPA supports your body in a lot of different ways. Getting enough EPA is super important for brain health and decreasing inflammation. Like ALA, EPA can also be converted to DHA. DHA plays a particularly large role in supporting nerve cells in your brain and eyes. You can typically find EPA and DHA in animal products like fatty fish, meat, eggs, and some dairy products. Unfortunately, plant sources of EPA and DHA are few and far between. Health benefits of omega-3 fatty acids. I know, that was a lot to digest. I'm sure you've been waiting to hear why the heck you should be eating these omega-3s, right? Well, there are actually a lot of benefits associated with getting in your omega-3s. 1. Omega-3s can reduce inflammation in the body by reducing the production of some of the substances produced by your body's inflammatory response. 2. Omega-3s, especially EPA, can help prevent and treat mental conditions like depression and anxiety. 3. DHA supports the retinas in your eyes and can prevent vision problems. 4. Getting in enough omega-3s during pregnancy can help improve your child's brain development. 5. Omega-3s support heart health in some major ways. They can reduce triglycerides and blood pressure and increase HDL or good cholesterol and help prevent plaque buildup in your arteries. 6. Getting in enough omega-3s can help your body fight off autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis and type 1 diabetes. And 7. Omega-3s support bone and joint health and can prevent osteoporosis and arthritis. This list isn't exhaustive by any means, but it's pretty impressive, right? 5 foods that are high in omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, now that I've got you convinced that omega-3s are the best things ever, where can you find them? And how much do you need? The average male aged 14 years or older needs 1.6 grams per day, while the average female of the same age only needs 1.1 grams per day. Here are just a few of the places you can find a pretty significant amount of omega-3s. Fatty fish. Fatty fish like mackerel and salmon are great sources of omega-3s. Imagine if you could simply incorporate a fatty fish into your meal rotation a few nights per week, you'd be sure to get in enough omega-3s. Walnuts. Keeping walnuts around the house is an easy way to sneak in some omega-3s throughout the day. 1 ounce, or about 7 walnuts, has 2.5 grams of omega-3s. Next time you're feeling a little hungry in the afternoon, grab a small handful of walnuts. They're also easy to throw onto salads or roasted veggies. Chia and flax seeds. Chia seeds and flax seeds might be tiny, but they're packed with omega-3s. Mix in a tablespoon or 2 of flax seeds or chia seeds into your morning oatmeal or afternoon yogurt. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are a good source of omega-3s and one of my favorite salad and Buddha bowl toppers. I also love to use them as a coating for fish. Choose raw pumpkin seeds and roast them up yourself for a tasty snack. And soybeans. Dry roasted soybeans are a super simple and cheap way to sneak in 1.2 grams of omega-3s. Plus, they make a great snack. The takeaway. Long story short, omega-3 fatty acids are essential polyunsaturated fats. There are 3 main types of omega-3s: ALA, EPA, and DHA. There are an array of amazing benefits associated with getting in your omega-3s, from reducing inflammation to improving heart and brain health. You just listened to the post titled, Everything You've Ever Wanted to Know About Omega-3 Fatty Acids by Danielle Omar of foodconfidence.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. Right now, there's a talented person out there who could take your company to the next level. Do you want to hope they see your job post before your competitors? Or do you want to match with them with Indeed sponsored jobs? Stop struggling to get your job post even seen on other sites. Give your job the best chance to be seen with Indeed sponsored jobs. When I was looking to hire, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed. On longer flights, my legs usually aren't feeling too great. I'm sure you know the feeling. They can feel heavy, achy, and completely stiff. Compression socks I've tried in the past were basically plastic bags and super sweaty. But Hollow socks are much more comfortable. Their performance compression socks are made from ultra-soft baby alpaca fiber. The graduated compression is snug at the ankle and gently tapers up your leg, so everything just feels supported without that suffocating squeeze. They're 3 times more breathable, so no more swamp feet on long flights or 12-hour shifts. You can actually keep them on all day. Plus, they're made in the USA with over 2 million pairs sold. For a limited time, Hollow Socks is having a buy 2, get 2 free sale. Head to hollowsocks.com today to check it out. That's hollowsocks.com for up to 50% off your order. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them, and you can support our show and tell them we sent you. Dr. Neil here with my commentary. Today's author, Danielle, said that not all omega-3 fats are built the same. There are 3 types of omega-3 fats that we like to pay attention to because, again, as Danielle said, we have to get them in our diets. The body can't make them on their own. Some of these omega-3 fats are found in fish, for example, but some can be found in plants, just as Danielle said, in like soybeans, pumpkin seeds, and walnuts. The issue is that the type of omega-3 fats found in these plant-based sources are not very high in EPA and DHA specifically. This is because converting these plant-based sources of omega-3 fats to EPA and DHA is not a very efficient process within the body. So we may end up eating lots of soybeans, pumpkin seeds, chia, flax seeds, and walnuts, and may still not be getting enough EPA and DHA. So if we can get EPA and DHA directly from foods, like fatty fish, like salmon and mackerel, that would be best. Now, if these foods don't sound appetizing to you, then it may be worthwhile to talk to your healthcare provider about taking an EPA and DHA supplement. They can also help you with dosing too, because you don't want to take too much, like mega doses of EPA and DHA. One reason for that is they tend to thin the blood. So if you're on an aspirin-based medication already and you take high doses of EPA and DHA as a supplement, your blood may become too thin. But if you enjoy consuming fish, then salmon, mackerel, sardines, anchovies, halibut, and trout are all good options for getting in those EPA and DHA fatty acids. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening every day. I hope you're having a great week. And of course, I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.